Our nation has a growing population of aging adults with increasing needs. As any other older adult, LGBT seniors face the typical challenges of aging. However, because of their sexual orientation and/or gender identity, they are at a higher risk for abuse, discrimination, isolation, and exploitation. Hence the importance for senior care workers and professionals to be knowledgeable and aware of the needs and concerns of LGBT elders. With the support of the Community Foundation of Northeast Florida, ElderSource Institute created the full LGBT Elder Cultural Competency training program to fill an educational gap for professionals who work with older adults and help them better understand key concepts, vocabulary, and the many barriers faced by older adults in the LGBT community. ElderSource Institute developed this short video to give individuals and organizations an overview of the LGBT Elder Cultural Competency training and how it can benefit you. The Gen Silent documentary clip you are about to view is played during our in-person and online trainings. During our full training, this short clip helps serve as a transition into deeper discussion around awareness, discrimination, realities and fears, as well as discussion around caring for LGBT elders.
A lot of people believe that you just live happily ever after, and that just is a myth.
People like ourselves, older, are hiding in nursing homes or whatever because they are scared to death.
It's incredibly common to go back into the closet again.
You just know when they don't want you there.
We've heard about homemakers going in, taking out a Bible and having the elder pray and asking for forgiveness.
And to be cured. It's not too late for you to be cured of this. They go back in the closet. She might mistreat me or abuse me.
They're so afraid of it, they are resisting any kind of medical attention.
That person was in their mid-20s during the McCarthy era.
The closet was the norm.
They could lose their job, they could lose, families.
We were sick.
Just
we were
sick
We were
people.
considered sick.
People were involuntarily hospitalized in psychiatric facilities.
Even electroshock.
The degradation of these people is so complete that their sex satisfaction comes only in being tortured themselves.
I was en route to the nut farm.
So there's a real distrust of mainstream institutions.
I would never put myself in danger.
Time well spent. He became much more fearful of people knowing that he was gay.
You're not leaving now, are you?
Not right now.
LGBT elders are more likely than the general population to age alone because many gay elders never had children, have not had great relationships with their families of origin. There would be a higher degree of sort of alienation and isolation.
My family was the reason I existed, and I lost them all. If they ever choose to catch up before I die, I welcome them.
LGBT aging issues are an epidemic.
There's a small and growing group of us.
We're trying to go into the existing network so they become more inclusive. One of the most common lines we get is like, we don't have any gay elders here.
If I wasn't the only person responsible for Alexander, I would have ended my life.
This is our life.
Good to see ya! Hi! We'll be there in a few years!
I'll build a stairway to paradise
with a new step every day. We have a whole generation of people who don't know who we are. That's really sad, because you're missing out on a lot. We know a lot. We did a lot for you. You wouldn't be here if it weren't for us.
Look at how scrawny they are. Too bad I don't have an open casket.
Well, there'll be no open casket. There won't be anything, right?
If we are saying come out and be filled with pride, it's our responsibility to make sure that continues right through their last day.
Gen Silent documentary, produced by Stu Maddox in 2010, brings to light the many reasons why LGBT elders are afraid and why they are going back into the closet. To truly have an understanding of the LGBT elder community, it is important to know their history. In a full training, this video is the catalyst for in-depth conversation as to what many LGBT elders experienced when they were younger. We talk about the real dangers they faced if they had come out as gay during the McCarthy era. We discuss how being gay was considered a mental illness treatable by methods seen in the Gen Silent video clip. Many did not come out as gay until later on in life, and in doing so were abandoned by their families and friends. Now they are aging, they are vulnerable and in need of care and support services. They are afraid they will be rejected and mistreated. As professionals who work with and provide services to older adults, it is up to us to understand the fears that LGBT elders have and where those fears come from. It is up to us to put tools in place for ourselves and our staff to create a welcoming, safe environment for LGBT elders. The objectives of this training program are designed so that participants gain the knowledge they need to comfortably and competently work with LGBT elders. This training is interactive and incorporates knowledge checks and a photo voice project. The Photo Voice project is a collaborative photography project that has been used in many different ways to capture social action through a combination of photos and narratives. In 2015, ElderSource brought together a group of volunteers who were all LGBT elders. Each volunteer received a camera and was asked to take pictures of anything in their life that was significant to what their life was like. There were no parameters put around the photos that were taken, as for each participant it was a personal story. Each week for 6 weeks, they came together and shared their photos and stories. In this training, the Photo Voice project serves as an icebreaker, engaging participants and opening up conversation. In total, there are 26 Photo Voice images with narrative descriptions, and this photo is just one example. Titled Letter from Mom, this photo portrays a letter from the mother of one of the participants, Cheryl, and is a constant reminder to her of the adversity she faces and how important it is for her to be strong and true to herself. The letter reads, "Although this is very hard, after your announcement last night about becoming one of those people, I'm afraid I will have to ask you to leave my house. Please have all of your things out by the time I get home from work. I also hope you will have the decency to leave the city and move away. I would like to remember you the way you were." The letter from Cheryl's mother is extremely powerful and depicts the rejection many LGBT elders face when they decided to come out of the closet. This is the life history of many LGBT elders, rejection from the very people they counted on for unconditional support. Now, as older adults, when they become vulnerable and unable to care for themselves, they must rely on caregivers who they fear may mistreat and reject them too. Even to this day, as an older adult herself, Cheryl lives with what is in this letter. The photo of Cheryl's letter and the photos in front of you are just a small sampling of the many stories shared and issues raised with the Photo Voice activity. These stories also include Vicky, an older adult who moved into HUD housing in 2007 before there were HUD materials regarding non-discrimination protections of LGBT individuals. During that time, Vicky lived with the fear that were she to out as an older adult lesbian, she would be evicted and left without the resources or physical capacity to find another home. We also share the story of Jamie, a transgender female who first came out as gay and years later as trans. Most organizations do not have policies and procedures on how to properly communicate with someone who is transgender, and many employees are not prepared when working with a transgender person where preferred name and gender identity do not match the person's legal identification. The Photo Voice project serves as a great resource and icebreaker, bringing critical issues faced by the LGBT elder community into conversation. This training also focuses on concepts, language, and ideas, wrapping up the training with an action plan. The action plan invites individuals to use the information and tools they gain through the training to think about the things they can start doing, the things they should stop doing, as well as providing an opportunity to examine their strengths and identify the things they should continue doing. This training is not designed to change anyone's personal beliefs. It is an educational experience that promotes understanding and awareness of the needs and gaps in services for elders in the community based on their gender identity and sexual orientation. By bringing this training to your organization, you will be giving the participants much needed knowledge and tools enabling individuals to confidently and comfortably work with and care for LGBT elders. By improving the quality of services delivered to LGBT seniors, we can effectively make a positive impact on LGBT elders' quality of life. If you are interested in learning more about the LGBT Elder Cultural Competency Training, please visit our website, www.eldersourceinstitute.org, or contact us directly at info@eldersourceinstitute.org. I want to leave you with this thought. Diversity is inviting individuals to dance. Inclusion is asking them to dance. With this training, let ElderSource Institute help you learn how to ask LGBT elders to dance.